Superior kicking off the trios tournament, and somebody, David, we haven't seen in quite a while. The disciplinarian has returned.
Well, I didn't expect this. I thought Samantha Smart might actually take a turn at ringside. But Samantha Smart, IQ Superior, has outsmarted all of us, and she has brought back to WOW the disciplinarian, teaming with G.I. Jane and the Classmaster.
What a team, and of course we will find out other teams in this tournament as each week goes by. But David, as we've seen here, anybody could be involved in this tournament. Nobody knows exactly who will step up.
Well, I have to admit I haven't done all my homework, so I don't have the entire tournament put together. But this is the kickoff match to the tournament.
That's right, David, and as I understand, you're still fielding several different options for entrance in this tournament. It is prestigious, and this is the first ever time we will crown the Trios Tournament trophy holders and champions, David.
Indeed. Samantha Smart there, G.I. Jane, the Classmaster, and the disciplinarian.
And their opponents from San Francisco, California, Roseland, New Jersey, and the limestone capital of America, Huntington, Indiana, Coach Pinelli, Ariel Sky, and making her in-ring debut, Pep Riley, Team Spirit.
Well, Nigel Zane, the box was unveiled when you showed the trophy, and we got a surprise a few weeks later when the coach used the same box and unveiled Pep Riley, the new member of Team Spirit. And I told all of you last week for sure they would be in the trio tournament. And here they are on the opening match today of WOW Women of Wrestling.
You're right, David. No lies detected. You told us that Team Spirit would be in this matchup, and here they are. Coach Campanelli seems to have assembled a dream team, if you will. The debuting Pep Riley is having her first match here, but she is no stranger to athletic competition, a cheerleader all the way from middle school to high school, football, basketball, and of course, high school competition cheer. Pep Riley, certainly quite the athlete, in addition to Team Spirit.
Well, Pep Riley from Huntington, Indiana, the capital for limestone. If you ever get any limestone, a big chance it comes right out of Indiana, Huntington, Indiana.
Is that the case, David? Well, I didn't know that, but nonetheless, hopefully she can bring some athletic prowess here. Ooh, take a look at that. They're already working as a tandem, David.
The Classmaster may not have been a cheerleader, but she sure learned how to do the splits awful quickly with that maneuver by Pep Riley and Ariel Sky. Here comes G.I. Jane showing some power.
And Pep Riley moving out of the way. Ooh, trying to hit the backspring elbow, but that barely does anything to G.I. Jane. Pep Riley tries to take her down with a side headlock and does so. Center of the ring, G.I. Jane struggling with this one, putting her in the leg head scissors there. It is G.I. Jane. And as of right now, Team IQ Superior seems to be taken off guard when they, in fact, were the ones who had an entrant in the disciplinarian. Who knew that big things come in small packages, David?
You got that right, Nigel.
Well, we certainly did unveil the trophy with that big purple box, and nonetheless, as you mentioned earlier, David, Coach Campanelli, Ariel Sky used that to unveil the debuting Pep Riley, and certainly seems like the search went off really well.
It certainly did. I love seeing those little feet underneath the box. I didn't know who that was.
It was quite the scene, wasn't it, David? Now as the Classmaster, 6'2", steps in with the 5-foot-tall Pep Riley. And it doesn't matter what size you are, kick to the midsection doesn't feel good at all.
Classmaster resides in Southern California, Sunshine State. And she's whipping some of these kids into shape in school, and the disciplinarian, of course, a teacher in Florida. Samantha Smart has assembled a smart team, if you will. And with G.I. Jane, a powerful wrestler. We have the smarts, we've got the power. We've got potentially the trios champions right here in the ring going against the coach with Pep Riley and Aerial Sky.
David, did you see how that back of Pep Riley just snapped across the knee of the
How about that
Classmaster?
forward by Pep Riley using some of those cheerleading skills.
But the size, the height advantage of the Classmaster, she was able to roll out quite easily now as she picks up Pep Riley. And what's she gonna do with little Pep now? Ooh, the snake eyes, oh boy.
Right on top of that third rope in the turnbuckle where the metal is under that pad. Disciplinarian now pounding away on Pep Riley as she's in her first match ever in Wild Women of Wrestling.
I think I saw about 15 rhinestones pop off of her headband there whenever her head ran right into that top turnbuckle, courtesy of the disciplinarian. And now, in this first ever trios matchup for our tournament here at WOW, the disciplinarian in full control, the returning disciplinarian. Again,
here we go. She's gonna pick up Pep Riley. Pep Riley in trouble. Down she goes. Like a tree that's just been cut. Look at that, Nigel. Disciplinarian pulling up Pep Riley by the hair, wanting to dish out a little more punishment. But that cheerleading bow is still in place.
well, David, it makes you wonder who else is going to step up to the table to be part of this trios tournament. I know we've talked about it. Take a look at the strength of G.I.
Well, we
Jane.
talked about the power of G.I. Jane earlier, and you saw it right there.
Jawbreaker by Pep Riley, almost out of desperation, tags into Aerial Sky. Sky ducks the clothesline attempt. Head scissors. Ooh, into a back handspring lariat. And now Aerial Sky on fire. Basement drop kick to the disciplinarian. And the disciplinarian up now.
Trying to take her down into that knee. Disciplinarian didn't go all the way. And Aerial Sky improvised and takes down Disciplinarian with that running up on the ropes and a flip over.
Slice bread number 2, but Samantha Smart on the outside, and that's why she is the smart one, David. Put the boot of Disciplinarian in that bottom rope, breaking up the count. Ben Scheinberg saw it at the last second. Now coach tags in to Aerial Sky.
Look at the Disciplinarian pulling on the locks of Coach Campanelli. That's what you get wearing those locks into the ring, and there's a vicious blow to the back by Disciplinarian. She's dissing it out right now to Coach Campanelli. The crowd trying to get behind Coach. They're cheering her on as she's in a full Nelson by G.I. Jane. G.I. Jane just took a blow from Classmaster, her partner, and sent her out of the ring.
Team Spirit advances into the trios tournament.
Winners, Coach Campanelli, Aerial Sky, and Pep Riley. Team Spirit!
The winners, Coach Campanelli, Aerial Sky, and Pep Riley.
Introducing first, from the Glitter Aerobics Academy in Beverly Hills, Gloria Glitter!
The Queen of Cardio, the master of stepper style. That's right, Gloria Glitter out here for singles competition. David, we just kicked off the trios tournament. And speaking of spirit, Team Spirit advancing in that tournament.
You know, they brought in Pep Riley, but Coach could have picked this one right here, Gloria Glitter, to be with her team. You could pick anybody you want to enter the tournament, Nigel.
Well, the tournament's not over yet, David.
Tiki Chamaro!
Too bad Tiki doesn't have the Tonga twins coming out here to watch it.
Tiki seemed a little bit disappointed, but of course the Tonga twins, they've got a lot on their plate, David, being the World Tag Team Champions. I'm sure there's a lot of business that they have to attend to.
But this is their little buddy.
Well, I'm sure they'll get a chance to watch this on television or maybe catch the replay, David. Tiki Chamaro in action, and as always, Tiki seems confident in herself. And against Gloria Glitter tonight, it would be a huge victory, David.
You know, I get a nice card from Tiki every time she comes to the WOW Arena to wrestle. Sends me just a little note, little thank you. Says, thanks for making it happen. But really, Tiki, you're the one that's making it happen.
As these two women lock up, you're absolutely right. Tiki Chamaro, just one of the nicest people on our roster, David. She's always encouraging others and always trying to help others. And of course, a little disappointed for her that the Tonga twins couldn't make it, but Tiki has been doing a lot of training and wants to bring it to the leader of the Glitter Aerobics Academy. That's Gloria Glitter we're talking about in the ring there, and that multicolored, very, very glittery outfit, so to speak, David.
She got those classes in Beverly Hills. That's not doing her any good now, and they're with Tiki.
Now as Gloria Glitter charges, Tiki Chamaro takes her down face first and clubbing her right in the back of the neck is Gloria Glitter. Going for a Mexican surfboard here. Will she be able to connect? And yes, she does. Yes, she does. Although Tiki able to get her legs and arms over, floats over for a pinfall attempt. Referee Page says 1 count. Gloria Glitter misses with the kick, and Tiki Chamaro back on the offensive. Coming up also, as we mentioned, we will see a rematch, of course, as Grits and Glam and the new All-American girls got counted out in their previous encounter. But tonight, Jessie Jones and Amber O'Neal will take on Santana Garrett and Americana in our main event. Not only that, David, but I understand we have the debut of a brand new superhero in Jay Boogie tonight.
We certainly do. We saw Pep Riley entering WOW for the first time, and now we're going to see little Jay Boogie enter the ring also. But Nigel, you hit the big one. The big one is that main event tonight. The main event is coming up tonight. Jessie Jones and Amber O'Neal versus Americana and Santana Garrett. That's the main event everyone's been talking about since Santana Garrett returned to WOW Women of Wrestling. Santana Garrett made that heartfelt speech in the ring. She said she's back where she belongs. We give her best to her. We're always thinking of her dad, TNT, Kenny G. I had the pleasure to be at the Cauliflower Alley Club and be there when Santana won Wrestler of the Year, sit with him, share a moment there at the hotel where I got to show him a video of his little girl in the WOW ring. And I gotta tell you, it was an emotional event.
It certainly was a beautiful moment at the CAC in Las Vegas. Now it's Gloria Glitter using the hair of Tiki Chamaro. And she certainly is proud of her lineage, proud of her father, and you know that she carries it with her in her heart now as Gloria Glitter hooks the leg of Tiki Chamaro everywhere she goes, David. Santana Garrett in action a little bit later on tonight in our main event, though, as you said, David. And it's been such a pleasure seeing her in the locker room back at WOW Women of Wrestling.
That maneuver by Tiki jamming the chin of Glitter. Tiki going up high, but Glitter sliding to the side.
Gloria Glitter, the double knees right into the face of Tiki. Chamaro runs around and shows why she is the queen of cardio. Backbreaker into the small of the back of Tiki. Chamaro takes out some of that offense from Chamaro, who's still hanging in this matchup. Gloria Glitter, as you mentioned, would be a possible great partner in a trios tournament, but one has to wonder where she might fit in. Certainly wouldn't be with the likes of the Mighty Ones, I wouldn't think now, as Gloria Glitter continues to try and choke Tiki Chamaro out, stop the oxygen from going to the brain, but Tiki Chamaro able to find herself out of that hold, and now Tiki Chamaro, the patented headbutts. 2 in a row now from Tiki.
He's on the ropes, off the ropes. Tiki takes down Glitter now. Another takedown, Nigel.
Tiki Chamaro taking a page from the Tonga twins, so to speak. Big spear out of nowhere, and 2 count for Tiki Chamaro.
Referee Page scores it a 2 count, and you're right, she may have learned that from the Tonga twins.
Maybe showing them a little bit of something. Don't miss my match next time. Could we possibly see Tiki Chamaro team up with the WOW World Tag Team Champions, the Tonga twins, to make a trios team? Lots of things to consider.
Uh-oh, Tiki threw off Glitter, who tried to take her down with that spinning move off the ropes. And now
she hit her with the pulse check, David, and this could be good enough. Oh, no, it is not. hangs in this matchup. Gloria and Glitter now. Schoolgirl roll up from Tiki and Chamaro, and Glitter kicks out.
Back and forth they go. Boots in the midsection of Tiki by Gloria Glitter. Glitter takes her up, puts the face right to the purple mat.
The aerobic annihilator, and no one kicks up for her.
Well, you were right there, Nigel.
Here is your winner, Gloria
Gloria Glitter getting the victory here over Tiki Chamaro.
Introducing first, from Indio, California, home of Coachella, Shantel.
Cella, always here for a good time, always ready to dance. From Indio, California, Shantel Cella. David, she's got that signature robe on, and you're chomping at the bit to try it on over here.
Well, I've tried it on many times, and I enjoy it. But we're up higher tonight, so we won't be catching it. And I know you're a fashion queen, Nigel. You got some fabulous jackets.
That's right, I got a couple of Manuel jackets in my closet. Definitely.
You're a man of fashion. I saw you wearing that pink jacket a week ago in Los Angeles, going out to Beverly Hills. God, you had a lot of women chasing you, Nigel. I was envious.
Well, I had an interview, a sit-down interview with Lana Star, so I figured I'd dress appropriately,
Where
David.
was she going to hire you for?
Well, more on that later.
And her opponent, from Mebane, North Carolina, making her in-ring debut, the dancing dynamo, Lil J Boogie!
David, I know you can appreciate Little J Boogie, who is fluent in ballet, contemporary jazz, and yes, you guessed it, as you can see, hip-hop dance. Moving out here all the way from Melbourne, North Carolina to study hip-hop dance. She turned and found her way at the WOW Training School, David.
Well, she's from that little city, Mebane. Has that how you pronounce it?
Mebane.
Mebane, like Bevan.
That's
She
right.
comes from Mebane, North Carolina, population 18,000. And I met her mom, which, look at that! She's jamming! I met her mom when she tried out for WOW. And her mom said, this is great. A combination of athletic skill, dance skill. She's going to be a WOW superhero. And here she is in the ring. Eddie Furt singles for the bell.
Well, David, her passion for music and dance and athleticism has brought her to this point. She has spent time at the WOW Training Center. Of course, out here in Los Angeles now, locking up with Shantel Cella, a veteran here in women of wrestling. And certainly a test for the young up-and-comer, the debut matchup. You couldn't ask for a better opponent, really, David.
Chantilly locked up with Jay Boogie. Jay Boogie pulling her over.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of similarities, do Jay Boogie and Shantel Cella. They both love to dance.
Well, they know those famous singers. Chantilly from that EDM world. Fans of Zed. Calvin Harris, who I even love. That high-flying drop kick of Chantilly's. Always energized through that EDM music.
And both of these women, of course, as we said, love to dance now. Shantel Cella backs up little Jay Boogie into the corner. Jay Boogie has a large task in front of her, up and over, but she's moving as if she's been in the ring for years, David.
Nice arm drive.
Testament to our training center, WOW Women of Wrestling. Check out more information on that at WOWE.com or all of our social media at WOW Superheroes. If you miss something here on the show, you always know that you can go check out those social media links. Especially check us out on YouTube now. Shantel Cella.
Ooh, nice jump over by Chantilly.
Leapfrog.
Pop into the midsection. Nice hip toss by little Jay Boogie.
Little Jay Boogie bringing her best to Shantel Cella now. Cella floats around and has little Jay Boogie in a waistline into the ropes, but Jay Boogie hangs on. A real testament to the great training she's been receiving now as both women miss a dropkick attempt.
Oh, they both popped up. A little respect between the two.
You have to think with Chantilly Cella, the amount of experience that she has. Wait a second. I haven't seen this in a matchup before, David. Definite show of respect between these two.
You know what, Nigel? They like each other, but Chantilly whips Little J Boogie in and welcome to WOW, Little J Boogie. There's no friends in WOW. There might be respect, but there's no friends because everybody's going for the victory. And Chantilly Cella giving a little whip in the corner and then a kick to the back to Little J Boogie. Little J Boogie gets up off that cover. Only a 2 count as referee Eddie Burt looks on in the match. And now Chantilly goes after that left leg.
She knows that's a powerful part of her arsenal as J Boogie just showed it off.
Thinking of the World Championship, we have Princess Aussie, Tormenta, the Beast, and several other great competitors all in line for the championship of WOW.
Well, Princess Aussie joined us on commentary just a couple of weeks ago, and she certainly has her eyes set on that championship going back around her waist again.
She kind of dished Crush, I thought. I thought she gave a little dish out to Candy Crush. And it was funny that she came here to watch the match only because she was invited to commentate. But didn't find the time early for when Crush was asking.
In all fairness, David, she was the WOW World Champion, and you know the kind of schedule that you have to maintain. Chantilly Cella once again, and J Boogie middle of the ring. J Boogie goes for a small package. Chantilly kicks out. J Boogie is exciting of a wrestler. As Chantilly Cella, really, I think they could team up and make a great trios tag team if they could just find one more partner.
They certainly got the respect for each other.
Coming up a little bit later on tonight, though, David, our main event, don't forget about it, Santana Garrett and Americana taking on Jessie Jones.
Americana and Santana haven't really received their due yet. Look at that! A little breakdancing in the middle of the ring, Nigel.
That's right, a little breakdancing. You won't see that anywhere else except for here on WOW. But again, Santana and Americana going to be taking on Jessie Jones and ONeal. That's coming up in our main event. But what a matchup we have right here in front of us, David. Little J Boogie, the debut. Oh, a little spill there. Going for the sunset flip. The Chantilly Cella didn't get all of it. And now several pin attempts back and forth.
J Boogie now grabs the legs.
I'm impressed at how she's staying in this with Chantilly Cella.
Flips over.
She had both legs. And J Boogie wins her debut here in WOW Women of Wrestling.
Is your winner, J Boogie!
J Boogie, the winner on our debut here in WOW. And look at that, Chantilly Cella.
Wild fans, it's time for your main event! The following contest is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Making their way to the ring from Bardstown, Kentucky and Charlotte, North Carolina, Jessie Jones and Amber ONeal.
Amber ONeal came in and has changed the life of Jessie Jones. She's brought her back to her roots of playing dirty.
She certainly has, David. She's brought out the absolute worst in Jessie Jones as the two assaulted Americana several weeks ago, which prompted the return of Santana Garrett to come back to her home of WOW Women of Wrestling. Of course, the last time we saw these two teams mix it up, it was thrown out. The match was thrown out as both teams were counted out of the matchup. Well, tonight, there's a second chance at revenge with Americana and Santana Garrett. Tonight, Jessie Jones and Amber ONeal have to face the music again.
Well, the odds are they're going to do it tonight.
And their opponents from Ocala, Florida and Buffalo, New York, the All-American Girls, Santana Garrett and
You
Americana.
can tell of the ringside area. Santana and Americana going in, and it's all seriousness tonight as they go up against Jessie Jones and Amber ONeal.
Toe-to-toe, and this thing is starting out hot, David. There was no time for referee Jeff McGowan to separate these women. Before the bell could even ring, they were standing face-to-face as Santana and Americana standing tall now in the middle of the ring. The new All-American girls.
There they are, the All-Americans.
Santana and Americana set on revenge now, especially for Americana. Of course, Santana, no stranger to the kind of abuse that Amber ONeal can dish out. And now as we wait with stalling tactics from Amber ONeal and Jessie Jones, Americana and Santana Garrett slide to the outside, almost in the trap that Amber ONeal and Jessie Jones were trying to set for the All-American girls. And of course, Not Right and Fair is the anthem that...
Oh my, Santana's head driven into the mat by Amber ONeal. Amber ONeal and Santana once were tag team partners. And Amber is jamming away on Santana as she rolls her in. The veteran is back, Amber ONeal.
Amber ONeal with that solid kick to the midsection, possibly cracking the ribs of Santana Garrett, slamming her face right down into the canvas. It's not necessarily a happy welcome back from Amber to Santana, but certainly the fans in the locker room have been buzzing about the return of the former Wild World Champion Santana Garrett, David.
She's in trouble now. Santana being held by the hair by Jessie Jones. The two of them teaming up on Santana Garrett.
You have to think that Grits and Glam, that's the team of Jessie Jones and Amber ONeal, certainly have more experience as a team together than that of Americana and Santana Garrett. But Santana has been working with Americana, training every single day to get her ready for this moment, and has certainly been a veteran that doesn't mind sharing her experience. And that speaks volumes, in my opinion, of Santana Garrett.
This match ends early, fans. We're going to have an interview standby. We've got little J Boogie down in the locker room for an interview to talk about her first victory on Wild Women of Wrestling. If the match goes long, we'll carry that interview and take it to Wild Social. Amber gives a kick to Santana for good measure. Americana tries to get in. Jeff McGowan stops her and says, put your hand over here and grab the tag rope.
You know, David, one thing, wait a second, pinfall attempt here. One thing I've noticed in both matches, this being the second between these two teams.
I'm interrupting you. Jessie Jones has the arm lock on Santana Garrett. Santana Garrett has never faced this before in her life. Jessie Jones can take the arm out of Santana. She's done it to every other opponent.
That's right, she's going for the disarmament. Of course, her finishing submission maneuver is Jessie Jones dropping that leg right across the chest of Santana Garrett, going for the cover now and only gets a 1 count. But have you noticed in both these matches, David, that Santana Garrett is who is being alienated by the team of Grits and Glam?
Of course.
They're two great veterans, and they know that that's got to be the key to winning this match, is to try to take out Santana Garrett. But I've got news for you, David. Americana, like I said, has been training day in and day out, and she's just chomping at the bit to get in this matchup.
But if they take out the veteran Santana, it's easy pickings on Americana, they figure.
You might think so, but after those words about little Levi, I wouldn't want to get in the ring with Americana at all. Amber ONeal and Jessie Jones insulting Americana and her family. You got to think about the trust that there was between Americana and Jessie Jones and the personal issue between the two. Of course, the personal issue between Amber ONeal and Santana Garrett also plays a big part in the reason why Santana Garrett returned.
Do you see that hair pulled down by Amber? The dirty tricks evident by the veteran Amber ONeal. Oh, jamming the head of Santana Garrett.
Amber ONeal is full of herself, as she's always been now, taking it to Santana Garrett, who answers back with a back elbow. Santana Garrett trying to find her way back in this matchup. In the corner now as Amber ONeal charges.
She stops herself, though. That's a veteran move instead of running and charging in. Nice hook by Santana Garrett.
Santana Garrett on the outside of the ring of the ropes now. Moves out of the way and a running knee lift. And a side kick for Oliver Troubles thanks to Americana and Santana Garrett.
Americana may have learned that from Jessie Jones with being friends. Americana rolls in, coming in, jams Jessie Jones.
Americana thinking about the comments made, thinking about the beatdown, the jumping in the locker room. And Americana with the back handspring elbow. Americana goes for
She
the
went for the
bulldog.
bulldog, but she got pulled down by the hair,
That's
Nigel.
right, that's right. And now she's in the corner of Amber ONeal and Jessie Jones and Amber ONeal.
Just takes out Santana Garrett, and now they've got the rookie all to themselves.